The Yale doctoral student who caused quite a scare after spending time in West Africa is now officially out of quarantine. It was feared that Ryan Boyko contracted Ebola. He was rushed to Yale New Haven Hospital where it was determined that he was Ebola-free. Then he was ordered to stay in his apartment for 3 weeks. News 8's Brian Spiros has been outside of that home since 4 a.m. trying to speak to him. He joins us live this midday from News 8 Control. Brian.
Well, good afternoon, Keith. We tried reaching out to Boyko via phone, social media, even rang his doorbell several times. No answer. It appears he's not even home. Now, just to give you a little bit of background, Boyko spent 3 weeks in Liberia. He was there as part of a volunteer service, setting up a computer system to help the country track people with Ebola. He returned to Connecticut on October 11th and began a voluntary quarantine. A few days later, he went to Yale New Haven Hospital with a fever, sparking fears that the 30-year-old may have had Ebola. Turns out he didn't. He tested negative. He then had to go into a mandatory quarantine in his apartment. He could not have direct contact with anyone, only able to communicate through cell and Skype, which allowed him to do some national TV interviews. Now, some were critical of the quarantine, saying it wasn't necessary since he tested negative. However, in early October, Governor Malloy gave public health officials the go-ahead to quarantine anyone in the state who may have been exposed to or infected with Ebola. Now, the quarantine for Boyko was lifted shortly after midnight. That's when the police presence in front of his home left. Now he's able to resume some sort of normalcy and his work at Yale. Reporting live from News 8 Control, Keith, back to you.